Hello everyone, this is Phantom2502 and welcome back to my Satisfactory Let's Play. For update 4, this is episode 48. In this episode we're going to unlock tiers 7 and 8 finally. And I'm going to show you what I've been doing up here for basically processing manual items like, biomass, alien carapaces, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, so basically all the automated manual setup's going to be upstairs, and as you see I've got a little bit more containers, and I'll go through that in a bit. But first let's unlock 7 and 8. Let's see, what do we need? Okay, so 2500 versatile framework. Definitely have that. 1, 2, 3, 300, 400, 500, 600. Yeah, I guess we have to go 600 at a time. Alright. Alright, 600. Let's keep going. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Guess then I'm gonna have to go second layer. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Nineteen, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And one more. Alright, 500 modular engines and 100 adaptive? Yeah. So these are on the ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 100 of these. Sneeze, sneeze, sneeze. Alright. And alright, let's get 7 and 8. Where most of the changes for update 4 are going to be. Space elevator go up. And there we go. Let's just see what are the changes for 7 and 8. Alright, bauxite refinement. That should be our next item for sure. Get the raw quartz bauxites. Yeah, that will be next. Logistics 5. That's definitely a priority. Get better belts. We're already near the maximum, or 480 in a few places, and it'd be nice to have up to 780 per minute. Although can't wait till they get MK6s at 1200. That will be nice in the future, but not there yet. Hazmat suits. We'll need that before we do nuclear, or at least shortly after nuclear, one or the other. Aeronautical engineering. Okay, sulfur, which we've been doing some stuff, but we don't have these things. Batteries. Supercomputer. Why is supercomputer unlocked through here? Didn't we already unlock supercomputer through Caterium? That's interesting. I guess maybe if you haven't already unlocked it, you can unlock it this way. I guess there are alternate recipes that maybe don't involve Caterium. Interesting though. Maybe there is an alternate recipe that comes in through here. Alright. We'll have to figure that out when we get to this. Assembly director system, drone port, docks. Okay, so this is where drones are. Interesting, okay. Hover pack. Okay. What's in tier 8? Okay, nuclear, okay. We do want to get to nuclear as soon as possible so we can get, you know, actually huge power increase, because it's 2,500 per unit, and that would greatly get power is not a restriction anymore. Okay, resource wells. Water well, crude oil well, nitrogen gas well. Okay, fused frames. Heat sinks have been moved to here. Alright. Interesting. A leading edge. Okay, turbo motors. Minor Mark III. Thermal propulsion rockets. And this is the plutonium, I think. Copper powder. Alright, interesting. Alright, definitely bauxite refinement's next for sure. Because I don't think we can do nuclear stuff without it. Can we? So we could unlock it. We'll see. Maybe we'll go the nuclear route first. Not sure. Alright, we'll show you the manual setup. So this container, as before I was putting biomass into here. See, I got rid of the solid biofuel thing here. Now this one, I can put anything I want into it that I want to put back into storage. I want to go through the manual processing, or if it doesn't find its way in storage, it'll lead its way back into the sink. Alright, so first thing it goes to is this programmable splitter, which will take all the manual items and make those go to the right so they can be properly processed into higher items. And packaged liquid biofuel will go straight. Anything else will follow this line, go into this storage bin as a temporary weight, because this takes the highest belt into it and only has a level 1 belt going into our line that goes downstairs, does some processing, comes upstairs and goes into storage. The reason why we just have a level 1 belt is so that we don't put too much pressure onto these lines. So that's the reasoning why it's a level 1 belt. So we don't want to put too much pressure onto those lines and back things up and then have to fix a whole bunch of stuff. And this is just to handle the difference in the meantime, so it can handle it. Alright, let's see. Obviously the packaged liquid biofuel just goes, what, goes left, I think? No. Oh, I didn't do it. Okay. It seems like I gotta merge packaged liquid biofuel. I wonder where I'm gonna merge that. Alright, let's merge it up here. I guess that's one thing I didn't do. Nope, that's not gonna work. Can I do that? Oh, okay. Alright, so we don't want that down here. That into there. Just because it's all level 4s, we should try to improve this much. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright. So this one up here is our overflow for the packaged liquid biofuel. If we have packaged liquid biofuel in the system now, it'll follow that and automatically go to there, overflow into the sink, or go into its proper storage bin at the bottom right here. Top left is still solid biofuel. That will come back down from above when it's processed. And then obviously it'll split like it did before, go to packaged liquid biofuel and in the storage. And then the manual stuff takes this one, goes across there and then comes up on the left. The solid biofuel come down and then that will go up there. I also put a catch-all right before the sink. So this bin is something I want to put directly into the sink without going into storage. This will also catch items that aren't good for the sink. So any of these items up here will clog the sink, and it's also stuff that's in a selectable list. So keep adding stuff in here when we unlock it that we either don't want to ever go in the sink or would clog up the sink, at least if it's a selectable option. Now medicinal inhalers can go into the sink, but I have it in here because I just don't want to waste any of them. So if I accidentally put those in the system, I just do want them to come back, and that's going to get stored up here. So mostly out of what we would intentionally put in there, power shards will get stored here. Because all the slugs will go up, get processed into power shards, and this is going to be the storage for the power shard. But any extra stuff can be put in there. Also, you can add stuff to that list, like if you don't want chainsaws and stuff going into the sink, even though you're allowed to do it, you can add it into that list. So that's just a catch-all that I like putting at the end. Alright, let's go connect up the manual area. So here I have my rubber going to the right. That's for the new gas filters. Now we only have about 0.5 overflow in rubber, so that's not going to be too much of a throughput for now. Once that increases, we can get rid of our secondary option, which I'll show you. So it goes into a catch-all, because the thing is with manual stuff, we're only turning them on sometimes, so we want to make sure it has a good backup, a good flow for when we need it. So you see the rubber will come through, and as you see, I took rubber storage and brought it up for now to merge in. That's going to be temporary. Once we get higher throughput into here, we can get rid of this one. But for now, it's only going to be 0.5 a minute. That's not enough throughput. We want this to work as we need it when we have manual things. I decided to take the rubber out of storage and use it for the gas filters, which are over there. Iodine filters would put in front of it. Alright, so let's see what else is there. I do have let's do coal first, I guess. So the items will come into here. This does any straight and wood to the right, just because the main processing for wood, I want it to be biomass. So I want them to be split. I don't want it to be an overflow. And this one will be for coal. So it'll generate coal, and then obviously there's the biomass into coal too. So that'll come into here, get merged. And the biomass into coal is going to be this one. Just doing that because I like to get every single kind of recipe that I can automate automated. I do wish there was medicinal inhalers, something to make those for an automation, and I do wish that we could do parachutes, but those are the only ones that aren't available that are consumable items. So that gets merged in. Coal will then be used for gas filters if it can, and as you see, I do have it coming in from our coal line in case this doesn't generate enough, but if it can, it will try to do that. And then I do have a coal box over here that is being filled up at the moment. This will also try to go into the coal box if it can. Whoa. Well, and as you see, if not, it will then follow the coal line all the way out, and obviously I also grab coal. And that's going to be from our local coal lines right here. As you see, I merge in before I merge out, so it does have another opportunity to come back in for the gas filters through here. And that's my coal line here, so that's based on the coal extractment part of the power system, so it's an early power system. We'll have that. And then basically the rest of these are different biomass recipes. So this is the wood to biomass, the leaves to biomass. And as you see, I have a container in the front of each of them so that we can deposit them, it'll go into storage and then process, be able to take its time to process. Alien carapace to biomass. This one's down to 32%, so because the max belt is 480. And 1500, there's nothing that can do this. You can't even run these at 100%. Even with the future 1200 belt, this still won't be able to. So this is another 32% alien organs. Mycelia one, which this is just because it is a recipe. This is not one that I usually like, and I see it has a level 1 belt and has an any, because we want most of the mycelia to be used for fabric creation. This one's for flower petals, and that turns it into color cartridges. Alright, and then basically all these are an overflow one. Fabric goes into here, and that any fabric that's in that I do send in the system will come into here and then go to try to do gas filters. We do have fabric being created with mycelia and biomass as well that will get merged in, and then any overflow with the fabric will go into storage. But if we send any in the system, it will come up here. As you see, these are just your simple overflow to the rights. Alright, let's get them online. So I have 3 power poles. This one on the left is for coal generator, so we're gonna for coal power, so we're gonna put our 2 coals in there. We do have an initial input one. Alright, this will be initial power, part of the biomass. So anything that's a biomass generation, solid biofuel, that's going to be in here. And then this is just different production, so gas mass, fabric, stuff like that will be connected into that line. Alright, so let's start with, I guess, this line. You know what? That one's probably going to need quite a bit. You know what? I don't think it needs that. And then we can move that over for the solid biofuel, which will be over here. Right, so this section. So the main line continues after flower petals, comes up, and then, okay, what's the bottom line there? Oh yeah, that's the fabric line on the bottom. Alright, so that's the main line, it comes over here. This one splits for biomass, so if we put biomass in, it'll come into here, then join the rest of the biomass line. Anything that creates biomass in these 5 will join it. Biomass will go onto that line, and then into this container, where it can back up as needed from the production. Biomass will then go in here, and then split into 3. One of them will go into the solid biofuel, another one into the biocoal. And as you see, I have a low-level line, so most of it's going to go this way. And then one goes into storage, and then gets split for 2 assemblers that make fabric, using the main fabric recipe. So I got 2 of those. As you see, this is a mycelia storage container. And then this one, mycelia straight, purple power slug to the left. So purple power slugs, yellow power slugs, and green power slugs. And that's all the items. And if for some reason there's any extra, just so things don't back up, that will come out here and then get merged in and go into the sink. Or if it's a catchable item afterwards, I guess we'll go into that catchable item box, but otherwise it'll go in the sink. Alright. So as you see, this is the purple slug, yellow slug, green slug. Those items all get merged in with the fabric line. The coal line, I showed you where that gets merged in a while ago. And then these are the solid biofuel line. The reason why I have a splitter and a merger here is so that we can expand it later. So we'll have some expansion later for the solid biofuel production. And also the packaged liquid biofuel down here, we'll use that section for some expansion as well, to process that later. But anyways, that goes back, and I already showed you it goes out over there. And, oh yeah, right. If we happen to send any solid biofuel into the system, this is where it will turn in and then go into storage. So once all that is done, the slugs and fabric will come into here, gas filters will come into here, and our made fabric from the manual process will come into here, then there, and then fabric will go left, and then anything else is going to go to the right and the overflow. Those items, so would be the any of the power shards would be coming through here, gas, right, because this thing is a gas filter recipe, and I showed you coal and rubber lines come through here and into here, and the fabric that will be created. So going downstairs will be power shards, fabric, and gas filters, and then iodine infused filters later. It comes into this box so it doesn't back up, and then comes up with a level 1 and goes into this bottom line, which then can go over here into the proper storage bins, because this one is the fabric storage bin. And then we do have a gas filter Oh yeah, colored cartridge also comes down here as well. Forgot about that one. Because I think the color cartridge one, yeah, merges here with the fabric. Alright. So we got our initials. One in. Let's get our coal ones because that's not too many. It's just that one. And then the bio coal here. And the rest of it is just normal production. Right. That one, the first one for normal production will be the flower petals and the power slugs. Which I guess we can put in the front, I guess, or some, maybe somewhere in here. Alright. Then fabric will also be done that way. And the gas mask, and I guess that will be eventually upgraded, and we'll put the iodine in it as well. So that should be putting power to everything. Alright, let's actually get this all working and see what happens. Now, I don't think I have any power shards to do anything with. No, I definitely don't. Maybe these guys have power shards for me. It's possible. Oh, yeah, the carapace would. Well, alright. I guess not. Alright, let's test this. Alright. Oh yeah, first let's make some medicinal inhalers. If we can. Alright, that's it for that. It's always good to have a good supply of those, especially since we're going to be going to do another series of getting hard drives. So that's going to be the next thing on the list starting next episode. We're going to gather what we can for our adventure and what we need for our adventure, and we are going to be heading out. And that reminds me though, I don't remember seeing the Explorer anywhere in here. Drones, hover pack. I wonder where that. Yeah, there's no Explorer in there at all. Now, the only place possible for the Explorer then would have to be somewhere down here, because I don't think I have that unlocked. No, I don't. Must be in the quartz research. Alright, let's test this. Alright, so what do I want back in the storage or constructing? There's some alien carapaces, organs, biomass, flower petals, leaves, mycelia. No, solid body fluid, we want to keep that on us. Wood. Anything else? And we can obviously shove anything else we want that we want back in storage, but you know, maybe we test that too. Because I don't need that many of those. Power shards will keep on us. Although I guess I could test that. Why not? Let's test it. try to make sure we get the 33 back. Alright, that should be it. Now the test is, okay, so those are going that way. Power shards will probably go that way as well, I'm thinking. Yeah, so power shards are going there and going back into the system. Now, all 33 should show up back up here. So that's just going to try to test that side of the system. Alright, and then all these things are going to be going, and let's try to look at the manual stuff at work upstairs. Make sure everything's connected properly. Kind of wondering whether I could do some sort of lookout tower, maybe? There we go. Look over all the manual area, and we have another lookout tower over there. Alright. So as you see, we got some leaves being put in. We have our biomass being made and be put in. We have some solid biofuel going back. That's good. Now, there's some flower petals. Alright, that's getting to make color cartridges for us. Most of the things now are going to go into that other storage container there for the mycelia, other than the whatever this can handle. I think it's just 60 a minute. But yeah, and we should be having some coal going back. Oh, we do. Alright. I see that backs up there. Now, I didn't see mycelia come up here. Kind of confusing. I don't see these being on. Oh, I'm not. Okay. I guess they are working. There is some mycelia into biomass, but okay, so these things are on. Just didn't look like they were. Maybe it just takes some time. Alright. And fabric's coming up. Okay, there's some color cartridges. Okay, so these things are moving slowly, but they are making their way. So this makes 15 a minute, and so does this. So that's 30 a minute. This one will primarily go here, but it's only processed to 15 a minute, and any overflow will go into storage. I guess technically I could have it split. But no, I think primarily we'll have it go here. We'll only have it go to storage for fabric if it can't handle it. And this one's working well. These have backups of biomass, and then most of it's going that way. We didn't have any slugs to test the slugs out, unfortunately. But that's okay. Alright, so we're still doing tons of biomass. Looks like everything's working. Obviously at 0.5 rubber a minute, that's line. It's going to take a while to get items, I think. No, is that one on the end still doing flower petals? Must be. Alright. So literally... Oh, not in here. 24 more of those. 38 of those. Alright, let's just see these things come back downstairs then. Bit of storage. Obviously we only had so much mycelia, so once one of them runs out, the other side will just stop working. For this stuff. Alright. Obviously we go into here. And we wait our turn. Oh, okay, some fabric did make it out. Some gas filters, some color cartridges, and some fabric. Alright, and then we do see... I guess we're using some of our empty storage container, empty canisters. Shouldn't it be coming in at 20 a minute though? Oh yeah, 20 a minute, but that's depending on the truck coming in. Oh, I guess it is backing up a little bit. Oh, that should be okay. Right, because that's going to be merging in. I don't think anything's coming in that line. Now, just wondering, so we are doing our packaged liquid biofuel in the canisters. This one holds some solid biofuel for the meantime, or at least it did. Oh, okay. Oh right, because I guess it's only coming in at 30 a minute anyways. Alright, so let's make sure those items are working well. So that has nothing in it. That has some of the solid biofuel that's being created is going in there. We got some packaged liquid. And our 33 power shards. Alright, that worked actually great. Alright, so I'm Phantom 2502. We unlocked Tiers 7-8, showed you my manual setup. I guess I can show you what the power looks like. There's the power. Got plenty of room, especially since we put those geothermal generators online. And next time, I'm going to get ourselves ready for our next adventure part. We want to get another 30-some hard drives, or around 30 hard drives. So stay tuned. Next few episodes, we're going to do some hard drive hunting. I'm Phantom 2502, and see you next time.